Hello. Hi.
Mac Wax Stacks! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mac Wax Stacks. I am BK. I'm a grown man, and I love the hobby of collecting sports cards. Thanks again for coming to check me out today. Another fun episode. I'm going to be going into, I've kind of mentioned it a few times on the past few episodes, but I'm going to be looking at this bad boy. Tigers team sets. My nephew Jake and I are going on a Tigers team set run from Topps from 1952 all the way up to the current teams. And I'm just going to talk about that, what got that started. I have a couple of questions of homework we'll be talking about or asking something about your thoughts on that later at the end of the episode. Got a little 600 degrees of Shawon Dunston and some rookie row, I believe. So enjoy that. Thank you for watching once again. And let's go ahead and get right to that Tigers team set.
Howdy.
All right, back to the card desk here. Wanted to talk about this project that I started with my nephew Jake. We are working on as you'll see here, a Tigers Topps team set run. This is the binder. I'll cut away to me flipping through some cards, flipping through this binder as I talk about what started it. So Jake, young fella, new to the hobby, fairly new, past couple of years. He's really trying to find his way in the hobby, like what he likes to collect, what brings him joy. And one of the things that got him going was his dad pulled out a tub of his old cards, and his dad and I have been great friends for a long time. And I call him Guy. He calls me Guy, so I don't know if he even knows my name. We just call each other Guy all the time. Hey, Guy. But Guy gave Jake his cards, and Jake was going through them, and he just said, "Boy, I just love all these Tigers cards, all these greats." And I just thought it'd be cool, so I suggested, "Hey, Jake, you want to do a Tigers team set run?" I always kind of wanted to do it, but I didn't love the Tiger. I didn't really have a favorite team as a kid, but it kind of inspired me knowing that his dad loved the Tigers. He loved the Tigers. I've been loving them for, since living around the Detroit area 20 years ago, and becoming a fan once I saw how much passion there was in the Detroit fan base. So anyways, we decided to go ahead and do this. Jake, he's in the accounting business, so he loves spreadsheets. So he came up with a spreadsheet, and we went through TCDB, and he had this shared spreadsheet, and we started knocking them out. Once he got that all filled out, we have this checklist that we can go through. So as you see, as I'm going through these cards, these are the cards that we have gotten so far. And we had a blast at the National. I didn't put some, we got a bunch of 75s, and he picked up a bunch of maybe 68s or something. But we're just knocking it out. I think at this moment, we're around 30% done. And it's just been a fun thing to connect with Jake about, and then show his dad, and then, Jake's grandpa, who is my father-in-law, also, and all their family, just big Tigers fans. So it's just been really a cool family thing to do, and I wanted to show those off. Now, I'm going to stop going through the pack. I'm just going to go, these are the ones that we have. So we've got the old school ones as well, and we have them in top loaders, because I'd like to find a top loader binder that we could put these in. I don't want to just put the older ones in regular binders. But Jake had been hitting up some of the card shows around the Detroit area, and these are the ones that he has pulled out. Now, it'll be fun. We're gonna probably get the K-Line rookie graded. Here's a nice K-Line right here. I love these old team cards. This is becoming one of my favorite sets right here, the 65 set. I just really love how they have the Tigers logo on that banner. This is a beautiful set here too. But it's just been so cool going through this and talking with Jake about this, and knocking things off the list. And yeah, so anyways, I just wanted to show this off. I found this one at an antique mall. But we got to get these in some top loader binders, and keep chipping away at it. So I just want to talk about that. That's one of the things I mentioned a few times and not shown on the channel yet. And then now that I have, speaking of Tiger sets, I do have a package I've been waiting to open when I talked about this Tiger set. When I think this is series 1 or 2. I can't remember if it's series 1 or 2, but I had some credit on one of those breaking sites, and I basically got a Tigers, I think it's series 2, team break for free, and they sent it to me, and I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know what I got. The fun thing about breaks, and I know people don't love them, and I don't really get into them often. I get lucky with some of this break credit, and it cost me I had to spend $2 for them to ship it with the credit, but you have a chance to get some big hits because they're opening full cases, and you get all the Tigers. So I got all the Tigers from whatever they opened, and this is series 2. So there are going to be a ton of base series 2. There's the Rainbow Foil Torque. I did not have that actually. So yes, this is gonna be the whole. We're gonna knock out that series 2. Any ones that we didn't have with this pack, I'm sure of. But this one to go through, and a lot of Tigers base. Be a lot of good trade fodder. If anybody does TTMs and wants some of these, let me know. But let's see what else we have here. Oh man, yes, this is that true photo variation of Andy Ibanez. I think that's what these are called. They just basically take the photo and they have it with no border. And that's a sick hit. Those are SPs. Those are hard to find. So Andy Ibanez, I don't have a giant card stand out here because I didn't have room. I put him up there with the slot. And then the 1990 version of the Scoobs, which I didn't think I had either. So anyway, I just want to show that off with those Tigers team sets. And if you hear me talking about them on the channel, that's what I'm talking about. We'll slowly, I'll give updates every time if we get any big cards for those team sets. And all right, let's see what else we have going.
Ow, that's hot.
Okay, second installment of 600 Degrees to Shawon Dunston. As you saw on the first one, we got to Kurt Young. Connected Evan Longoria to Kurt Young. And we have how many? 595 degrees left until we link to Shawon Dunston. So here's how we do. If you're not familiar, we've got a pack of 2024 Stadium Club. I'm going to roll the dice. There are 5 cards in this pack. Whatever number I roll, that will be the card that we choose, and the person we have to link from Kurt Young to that person. So let's go ahead and roll the dice. Card number 4. All right, so we're going to start from the front. Love Stadium Club because it has a nice array of vintage and current players. So we'll start off here. Zach Gallen. Ooh, it looks like we got a green back there. That's a good one. Darryl Strawberry. 2, 3, and Brian Hayes. The next one will be Corey Seager. Okay, we're going to link Corey Seager. Let's see what else we have in here. Nolan Arenado. Is this Seager numbered? The greens are not numbered. Oh, very cool insert. So let's go ahead and put him in there. Just using this little card saver because it's just easier. And I will get my specialists, my experts on it, and we are going to calculate how many degrees we can get to Corey Seager. Okay, we're back at the card wall. Now we got the links and the degrees we have found. So let's go ahead and throw Kurt Young. There he is with the A's. Well, not only did he play for the A's, but in 1993, he played for the Yankees. And he had a teammate by the name of Bob Wickman, another pitcher. So Bob Wickman, there he is on the Yankees. Now, Bob Wickman didn't only play for the Yankees, but he also played in Cleveland. And in 2005, he played with a guy named Grady Sizemore. There's Grady Sizemore with the Indians. It's not a 2005 card, but going with what I have here. Grady Sizemore, long career with the Indians. He also played in Philadelphia. And in Philadelphia, in 2014, Grady Sizemore played with Chase Utley, longtime Philly. at least, days were not only with the Phillies, but they were also with the Dodgers. In 2016, he played with Corey Seager. So there we go. 5 more degrees. Actually, 4 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more degrees have been added to the 600 degrees that we're trying to get to Shawon Dunston.
Well, 1 block south of Laycock Lane, there is a place we like to go. On the card wall we will hang at a place called Rookie Row.
Thanks for coming on over to Rookie Row. Let's check out and see who's hanging out in the row today. Right here, this is John Starks, one of my favorite. I think I'd showed an Anthony Mason CBA card. Well, I wanted the John Starks version for the Cedar Rapids Silver Bullets. Starks a big part of my early 90s New York Knicks teams with Patrick Ewing that made it to the championship. Here's a Pat Pole rookie. This is a Summertime in the Park Topps Chrome of Ellie De La Cruz of 2024. I just thought that was a very cool looking card. So we're going to put him on Rookie Row. How about this one? Skybox Dominion. Dan Campbell rookie. Dan Campbell, of course, the head coach of my Detroit Lions. Love Dan Campbell. Love Dan Campbell. He didn't have a lot of cards, and that's a fun one. I try to pick up as many Dan Campbell cards as I can. Let's go into the wrestling realm. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Drew. Just one of the stars of the WWE. A big fella. I like the big, strong dudes in the World Wrestling Entertainment area. I just find a funny rookie of him. So another rookie here, just another randomness. I love these random rookies. That's what Rookie Row is all about. Don Staley, great player and also a great coach. She coaches South Carolina Gamecocks, multiple national titles, and a great role model for young women. And my favorite one of Rookie Row this time, this is my Keith McLeod Skybox Autographics card. This one is numbered to 25. I only need one more Keith McLeod card. And of course, Keith, my teammate. We combined for 50 against Buffalo back in 2002. He had 42. Anyways, last Keith card that I need, or second to last Keith card I needed to fill out all of his cards except for the printing plates and stuff. So anyways, thank you for coming to Rookie Row. We'll see you the next time you are in the neighborhood. What's happening now? All right, back here. Gonna end it off here. A little homework for today. My homework is gonna be, so we're doing the Tigers team set run. I want to see what your thoughts are. If you were completing one of these for your favorite team, would you get the variations? So you have variations, you have different variations on the very early vintage stuff, like the different backs and stuff like that. And then as you move later on into the 2000s, Topps started doing the like legend variation, SPs, photo variations, stuff like that. So far, we're going to try to do that. It makes it, because Topps base cards, not that hard to get, especially after the 80s. The vintage stuff is going to be fun to track down, but going into the 2000s and to now, not hard. People just want to get rid of your base cards. So we decided to go ahead and do the SPs and the photo variations and stuff like that. But would you consider doing that? Do you think if you're putting together one of these, is it only complete if you have those because they are in the base top set, as well as you talk about the earlier stuff too, in the 50s and 60s with the different high number variations and backs and stuff like that. So let me know what you think in the comments, and come back next week because big channel announcement, probably a possible VR, my first one. And a very special episode coming up that I'm planning. So next week will be an announcement for that. I've got a couple card homies who are helping me out with some fun clips. So anyways, thank you for watching. I hope to see you back here soon on
Mac Wax Stacks!